2026, I'm gonna be successful. 2026, I'm gonna be successful. 2026, I'm gonna be successful. In 2026, I'm gonna be successful. How y'all doing? It's January 24th, 2026, and I'm still not successful. But things are getting better. 2026, I'm gonna be successful. That's the acclamation that you should be saying. 2026, I'm gonna be successful. If you repeat that to yourself over and over again. In 2026, you're gonna be successful. Hey, check this out. Push that like button. Show me some love. Just coming in. In 2026, I'm gonna be successful. I'm not finna let nothing stop me, nothing break me, nothing change me, nothing slow me down, nobody get in my way. I'm gonna be successful. Have you ever said that self? Have you ever said that to yourself? Huh? I like to ask them type of questions because, it's 2026. It's January. And it's some people waking up this morning broke, miserable, unapologetic. It's a lot of things going on in the world, man. I'm not trying to be silly right now. I'm trying to be myself. And being myself is kind of different from me being silly. You know what I mean? I can talk about a lot of shit. I can be silly about a lot of shit. Most of the time, when I come on, I'm in character. And if I'm in character, I'm subject to do and say any motherfucking thing. You know what I mean? But when I'm in my real person self, I'm different. I'm not what I project to be in silly version of me. You know what I mean? I really sit back and I contemplate every day on how to be successful in real life. Like, there's a lot of comedians in this world that don't have a real life. In real life, they ain't shit. You know what I mean? In real life, they ain't never been shit. In real life, they ain't got no education, no career, no job, no nothing. There's a lot of comedians out there like that, and they dumb as hell. But some kind of way, society will lift them up, give them some money, let them have credit, let them live like everybody else want to live. Do you want to live like everybody else? How you doing? Push that like button. Do you want to live? Because I want to live, man. Every time I pass a home, I don't own a home. I won't never be able to buy a home, own a home. Not right now in my financial circumstances and my life situation. Right now, if I had to base my life right now at this moment, would I ever be able to buy a home? I can honestly say no to myself. I don't think I would ever be. Will I ever be able to buy a brand new car? No, I would never be, because I don't have life. It takes money to live. It costs. And it costs more and more every year. How you doing? Push that like button. I'm trying to be my real self, man, and see if I can build a real audience. I keep psyching myself out, man, thinking I'm building. I got people that's really supportive, and it's fucked up because everybody that sleep on me is really neglecting themselves from a financial opportunity. You know what I mean? How you doing? Push that like button. I hope I'm not the only one watching you in 2026 because you're running out of time. You'll be 51 this year. Yeah, man. I already know I'm running out of time, man. And that's what, Some people in society won't. They don't want people like me from my generation to speak or have a voice, to have any kind of power to help the people, to help the community. Because we done suffered for 50 years and we know how to, if nothing else, ease people's suffering. You know what I mean? Because no matter what, you ain't never got enough to take care of everybody. You can't do it for everybody, but you can do it for somebody. And I always had this thought that the world would be a better place if somebody would just help somebody. You know what I mean? You don't have to help everybody. Just help somebody. You know what I mean? At least one person, two people. You know what I mean? But what is help? You know what I mean? A lot of people is looking for handouts, not a helping hand. When I was homeless and I was down on to my lowest point in life, I never was begging nobody for just help. I was asking for a helping hand. Big difference. Like, a helping hand is somebody that's gonna really help somebody to help them better their life in a real way. Like, so it's like, it's so many people tried to benefit off me when I was down. So many people tried to use me, tried to abuse me, tried to make me, you know, a do-boy slave or a kiss-ass nigga. If I help you, you gotta do this. Nah, I don't need your help, bro. I got the capabilities. I got the skill set. I got survivor skills. If I gotta go out here and just sleep on the streets and do it for myself, I will. And I had to. I really had to. And if you understand with sleeping on the streets, you know, if you ain't never really, you know, survived on the streets before, you know, I advise everybody, man. I really do, man. It's one of the best experiences in the world. Take $100, buy you a plane ticket to Los Angeles. Put $100 in your pocket. That's it. Get off at LAX. Take off walking. You only got $100. So whatever you gonna do when you get there, however you gonna make some money, however you gonna survive, whatever you gonna do. You don't know nobody, you ain't got no family, you ain't got no friends. Take that $100 bill and just go to LA. Now, some people are very friendly. Some people are people's people. Some people will go to LA, meet some people, and never sleep on the streets, not one night. Some people. Most people. Ain't nobody gonna speak to you. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing to you. Ain't nobody gonna help you. You just gonna be another body in Los Angeles. You know what I'm talking about? How you doing? Push that like button. Man, one of my best experiences in life was being homeless. It was a complete adrenaline rush. Every night, sleeping in your car, not knowing if somebody won't run up to you. You know what I mean? Sleeping on the street, sleeping on the bus stop. Never know if somebody gonna run up, you know, try something. You know, a lot of people don't understand that. And I'm still one step from being homeless. I'm a survivor. If I speak in, you know, realistic terms, you know, I made it from sleeping on the streets, being homeless completely with nothing. I scratched up enough and I ended up opening up my own business, and I bought me another RV. I got me 2 cars, I got my own business. I got an apartment that I don't even go to. You know, I go and take a shower. Got a shower there. But I rent it out. I rent my apartment out, you know. And so I stay in my sleep. I sleep in my car. I sleep in my business. I sleep in my RV. Wherever I get sleepy at, that's where I go to sleep. I ain't gonna sleep no more than 2-3 hours. I got a zombie. I can't sleep. I can't rest. My mind, my life won't allow me to. I don't understand nobody who's broke, who's ain't got nothing, you know, that can be able to rest and sleep so pleasantly like most of these broke ass niggas can. Like, I be noticing that shit. Be like, bro, how the fuck can you sleep and you ain't got shit? I can't, man. I wake up and I be startled half of the time I wake up, and I had just fell asleep. man, man, if I'ma make anything, I think I done missed it. Dang, I done missed my blessing. Like, I wake up thinking I missed my blessing, and I be like, man, life is fucked up, man. Like, when you gotta figure this shit out on your own, and you gotta do things for yourself, and you ain't getting no help, like, I just feel good. I feel good to, I feel good to know that God put me in a position where I don't need food stamps. I don't need the government. I don't need no man to give me anything to help me. Fuck that. I can do for myself. You know what I mean? But because I figured out a plan that works for me, that I can survive. You know what I mean? There's so many people in this world, bro. Ain't too many niggas you know that served 17 years in prison, never went to school, got no type of education, got his own business, got multiple cars, got all this shit going for himself, and he taking care of himself, not depending on the system, not asking nobody for nothing. Like, I've been through a lot, man, to get to where I'm at right now, and everybody's trying to tell me how to live my life, and they ain't never one day stood one day in my shoes to understand that everybody ain't like each other. Everybody's not the same. What works for you don't work for the next man, or won't work for the next man, will not work for the next man. And I'm a prime example of that. You know, it's so many people say, oh, Snag, you've been in business for 7 years, you can get a business loan. Every time I applied for a business loan, my goddamn credit got knocked down. I get my credit up to 700, 750, and I go try to apply for a business loan. My shit go all the way back down to 600. I'm like, God damn. Hard ain't they hit you hard credit inquiry. See, I still don't have proof of income. The bank do not respect my money. I can't get a business loan. I done funneled over $500,000 through that bank account, and I still can't get a $5,000 business loan. Business. Because my name ain't shit. My credit ain't shit. I really don't know shit. I went to prison in the 5th grade. So I self-educated myself to get to the point where I'm at right now, you know, in a comprehension state of life, like in a mental state. People say I'm crazy. I know I'm crazy. You know, the system deemed me to be crazy years ago, but I learned something about the system and life and this society that we live in America, right? The moment you deem, or the moment that society deemed you to be crazy, you're worthless. You're nothing. You can't even make decisions for yourself. You's a dumb motherfucker, right? I'm not in that category. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck what the fuck. Y'all, you know, they always try to dumb down black people. They always try to dumb down, you know, they try to fuck us in so many ways, my nigga, like it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a living witness to this shit, man. Like, all y'all niggas went and got that vaccine, that vaccinated, go get the shot. Them motherfucking crackers didn't say nothing convincing enough to convince me that they had something to give me for free that was good for me, that they gonna help me where I can be able to live, survive, and be successful. Man, get the fuck out of here, them crackers. And now, come to find out, they had a little tiny droplet of HIV in it, and all these black people coming up with AIDS, and they've been running around here having sex with each other. Now, when I try to talk to a woman, I see something beautiful, I gotta ask her. The first question I ask a bitch, have you been vaccinated? Because if they say yes, I'm out. I'm good. I'm straight. Like, I don't even gonna waste my time, my energy, my mind, to think that I might stand a chance to have love with a bitch that's gonna die of AIDS I'm cool. You know what I mean? I got real nigga problems. Like I got a light bill right now that's $3,000. The reason why my light bill $3,000 because I ain't been able to pay my light bill in about 5 to 6 months because I've been struggling just to make money to pay my rent. And I had to tell my landlord, like, I ain't paid my rent this month because I told my landlord, listen, I've been depriving my motherfucking light bill for the last 3 months, 4 months, and now I got a disconnection notice in 3 days, and I know I'm 3 days behind on my rent. But guess what? I'm finna take this money right here, and I'm gonna pay on my rent, and when I make it, I'm gonna send it to you. Like these motherfuckers be, they hungry for money. I need the rent. I need the rent. And my rent ain't cheap. I pay $2,750. No, $2,778. Shit, every fucking month just to have a business. My light bill hit me around $500 a month. My internet bill hit me for like $150 a month. I ain't got no cell phone bill. I ain't got no internet bill. That's how much it cost me before I had to let it go. I'm just saying, that's how much it cost me before I had to let it go. I ain't had no internet in about 3-4 years. I'm feeding off Wi-Fi from Popeyes right now. But it's okay. God makes a way for brothers, like for the children. I'm a child of God. Everything I don't have, God some kind of way supplied for me. And I really look at life to be that way, man. Like, you know what I mean? Only thing I believe in is God. I don't believe in the Bible. I don't believe in Jesus. I don't believe in Jehovah. I only believe in God because God is the only person that delivered me from my situations. Because that's who I prayed to. I prayed to God. If they said Jesus is God's son, I overrode Jesus and went straight to God. And I always prayed to God. I understand. I respect you had a son. I respect you had a lot of sons because they say biologically you didn't create him. So okay, you created me. I'm your son. I understand that. And see, once you have the spirit of consciousness, like a lot of people don't have the spirit of consciousness, the spirit of understanding, the spirit, you know, once God plant that spirit in you where you can understand and have a conscience and your comprehension can really understand what you say you understand, it's a big difference in life, man. You know what I mean? It took me a long time to understand life, man, to understand a lot of shit. It's some shit that I'm just starting to understand, and I'm 50 years old, man. And people say, man, you 50. Nigga, you look like you 25. Thank you. Because everybody I went to school with, everybody that I know that's younger than me or older than me, around my age, all them niggas look like they in their 60s, 70s, 50s. They look like what they are. They look their age. They look like. But you know, I can still dress in the young man section. I know my face is getting older. I can tell. Last couple of years, I can feel it. I can see it. But if I cut my mustache and beard off right now, I'll scare the shit out y'all niggas. You'll swear up and down. This nigga, how old are you? You ain't no older than 30. I know. I know. Because I'm blessed. Black don't crack unless it's on it. And I ain't never smoked no crack in my life. I've been called a crack baby. But I could never be a crack baby. Because crack didn't exist when I was born. Before I was born. I keep telling y'all niggas that. Now, I was raised around a bunch of crack babies. I was one of the babies in the room with a bunch of crack babies. But I wasn't a crack baby. But all my friends were. So they say you are with your friends also. I guess I am a crack baby. How y'all doing? Push that like button. Don't nobody like you. Why? Because I was born in the crack era. My mama smoked crack. My mama sold crack. My mama smoked crack. My mama started out selling crack. But see, back then, it was just like selling weed and smoking weed. Everybody do it. Most people that sell weed, smoke weed. And they started smelling weed because they smoke weed, you know? I understand. I don't smoke weed. I smoke medical marijuana. It's a big difference. I'm a patient. When I was in Mississippi, I was a weed head. When I moved to California, I became a patient. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. And I know I need my medicine because it's a whole bunch of other medicines the doctor try to prescribe to me. You know, they try to prescribe to me, and I ask them, I'll be like, what's the side effects? What do the medication do? And everything they describe that the medication do, I be like, shit, the medicine that I take already do the same thing. And guess what? Less side effects. Mine come with, if you can come up with a drug, a mental drug that got less side effects than marijuana, than the medical marijuana that I smoke. And we only got 3 bad side effects. You know what that is? It's just 3 side effects. It's gonna make you happy. It's gonna make you cry. It's gonna give you the munchies and make you go to sleep. And it's just you gonna eat and go to sleep. We just got a few. Like, I maybe 5. You become a little slower, but that's what we need. That's what y'all say we need. You say we got too much energy. Man, we got our minds is running. We need to slow our mind down. Okay, so that's what I did. I was released from the system a long time ago. And it feels so good to be free. So in my mind, I'm a runaway slave. Like, I'm running. The day they said I can go, I hauled ass and never looked back. They told me I'll be back. You'll be back. Yeah, the goddamn lie. If I come back, wanna know how I know I ain't come back? How you know you ain't? Cause I ain't gonna be here, bitch. I'm finna go. I'm finna run until I run out of fucking land to run on. I ran all the way to goddamn Santa Monica Beach. From Mississippi, I didn't start running till I got to Santa Monica. Push that like button. Don't nobody like you. Okay, Shatika, how you doing, baby girl? Good morning. I ain't recognize none of the comments. I thought them wasn't comments. I didn't know people was commenting. Timothy Mobley, thanks for coming in. This year, stop putting Trump in all your stories. Titles this year. Focus on yourself. Man, Trump is not the premise of my YouTube channel. I was on YouTube way before Trump thought about getting on YouTube. It's just a coincidence that I was on a trending. I knew from the beginning Trump was finna be a trend. I knew he was finna take off, and I said it. I was one of the first ones on YouTube to speak on Trump before he even took off. And I said it was a force to be reckoned with, a new political party y'all don't see on the rise. For real. Y'all did not see it, and it's called America. This is American gangsters at its finest. Trump is what it is, man. Like, and I'm not mad at him. That man ain't did nothing, said nothing to me. Ain't nothing he did, wrote, executive order, gonna affect my life in any type of way. Not mine. Because I don't live by their laws. I don't live by their rules. I don't live in their world. I'm not a part of this. I'm not a part of this world. I don't know about the rest of y'all. But I'm completely separated from the rest of the bullshit. Like, I know what I gotta do to stay this way. Yeah. I gotta stay completely out their way. That's all I gotta do. Is figure out a plan to maneuver around their plan for me to survive. That's all I gotta do. You know, I don't drink, I don't drive, I don't do nothing. So I ain't gotta worry about, I don't go nowhere. I work, I hustle, I stay to myself. I ain't got no friends. See, I know the rules. I know the rules to stay low. You know what I mean? I know what to do and be able to how to, maneuver slow. Stay out their way. My system gonna work. Because I deal with, majority of the bottom. You know what I mean? I tell everybody I deal with majority of the bottom. But I cater to the top. I deal with the bottom, but I cater to the top. You know what I mean? Just because I'm a poor man, don't mean I'm supposed to service poor people, right? I have a skill that God blessed me with. And there's a lot of men in the world that have the same skill. But one thing about it, every time God bless one of us with that skill, it's an individual blessing. So the way we do it ain't like none of the other people that do it. So if God bless you with the skill to do it better than somebody else, then it is what it is. I'm just better than somebody else. But God has created other people that's better than me. And I'm never mad at the person that I see that God blessed him with the abilities just like me, but his can be better. It even look better to me. Like, and I say, hey, you better, bro. And I ain't never been mad at somebody that's better. But I haven't ran across too many that's better than me. I haven't. And the couple people that I have ran across that was better than me, they was already in they upper place. They was already in they ranking and they level. And you know, it is what it is. When you get that high, they don't come down and talk to little people. Like they don't, nah, they and I understand. That's what a lot of people keep telling me, say, Snag, you too high right now. Why you trying to snoop down and talk to these junker barbers and all this shit, trying to motivate them? Man, you need to just stay in your position and catch what you can catch. Cause I got 5 barbershops around me. And when I first opened up my barbershop, it was only one. In the last 7 years, 4 Mexican shops has sprouted around me. And each one of them shops got 10, one got 8, one got like 20 barbers, and another one got like, I want to say they got like 6. All of them, haircuts starting at 25, 30, 35, 28. Like, that's what they prices start at, right? One started at 45. Yeah. So at that time, you know, me as a barber that owned my own barbershop, I started to see my competition swarming. It had been a year or so since I had invested any money into my barbershop because I had told myself, ain't no need for spending money into my shop if I don't have no barbers. So I'm gonna wait till the barbers come, then I'm gonna start spending money again. Barbers never came. I started to look in these competition shops and I'm seeing how fly that shit was. I'm like, damn, this why I ain't got no barbers working at my shop. My shop look like it's a poor man's shop. So I had to go to the brainstorm, man. I had to go to my brainstorm. And I drew my shop out and I stripped it out with all the walls. And I looked at all the details that these other shops had. And I know what I wanted in my shop. I've been a licensed barber for over 30 years, so it's like, think about it. Ain't God good? Said German Shepherd. Let me catch myself. Sometimes I just be talking. And I'll start talking about something else. And I'll start talking about this. Because I really ain't got nobody to talk to. This is really just a ventilation period. Timothy Mosley, just relax. Nobody likes Trump. By bringing him up makes people not like you. And I don't give a fuck what y'all don't like. I speak what I like. I like Trump. I really like him. He's very fucking entertaining. It ain't never been a president. I swear to God, it ain't never been a president in my 50 years that I watched on TV and made me laugh. Like, this nigga's hilarious. Like, oh, hell no, man. I don't know what the fuck y'all tripping on. That man ain't did shit to y'all, but made y'all laugh. So why y'all ain't laughing at his silly ass? Like, the fuck? For motherfucker, that's white folks. He's exposing their hands to the masses. He done already showed the world, man, that these motherfuckers don't give a fuck about nobody. And it's more than white folk, but they really running the show. It's some niggas at the table, or white folk ass niggas, or white ass niggas, and motherfuckers like that's some fuckers. It's so much fake shit, fake motherfuckers in this world, man. You know what I mean? It's just hard to find, and it's just hard to find a solid connection. Somebody that's just genuinely real with themselves, real with life. They align themselves with the real stars of life, man. Like, God did not put us here to be miserable, worried about what the next motherfucker doing, what they got going on, what they finna, like, God wants us to be in harmony with each other, with this earth, man, with life, man, with ourselves. It feels so good to be peaceful. It feels so good to be stress-free. Or like, even though, I have, my problems are small compared to other people's problems. You know what I mean? My number one problem that I had in my life was finding peace with myself. How do you find peace with yourself if you can't survive to provide for yourself? But once I overcame that point in my life, when I learned God blessed me to put me in a position and securely, I'm secure, mentally secure that I'm set. Like, God got me where I'm so good. Like, it's, and this is financially, this is emotionally, this is spiritually, this is everything. You know what I mean? Like, I was trying to do stand-up comedy in one of the darkest moments of my life, right? And you can't be funny if your life is in a dark moment. Like, you can't be funny. People gonna laugh at your pain. I can get up there and say some funny, painful shit, but just be naturally funny and to be able to just be goofy as hell off any tough topic, any subject. That means the vibration in your life gotta be so goddamn peaceful that you ain't nothing but a positive bell, man. And even if somebody threw something negative at you, it's gonna bounce off your bell with a positive sound, and ain't nothing can deteriorate you from that. Do you understand where I'm coming from? You said Corica, that's hilarious. But peace, man. Peace in with self. The only way you can find peace is to be able to securely, mentally secure yourself that you're taking care of yourself. Oh man, I can do anything I need to do for myself. That's peace, bro. If you can't buy a car with cash, you can't find peace with yourself. You ain't got all the tools that your heart and your mind desire. You can't find peace with yourself. You can't get no coochie. You can't find peace with yourself. Like, when you can line all the elements that you couldn't get and you got it now, peace. I might not have everything that, some of the other people have that got more than me. But the sad part is, most people that got more than me ain't peaceful. They ain't living in peace. They in chaos. They built their whole life around chaos. It looked peaceful. It looked nice. We can honestly say, if I had that house, I would go in that house and shut the door, cut the lights out, and I wouldn't have to worry about nothing. But it's all kind of chaos in that motherfucker. In most houses that we watch and see, there's all kind of chaos in there. Why? Because it's a bunch of people living in a home that they don't own, And the one person that's paying the mortgage, they don't own it. And they trying to tell them inside of it how to live in it. And they telling them, how you gonna tell us this ain't your house? This the bank house. Like, you know how many motherfuckers living fucked up lives right now? So that ain't nothing but confusion. You can't live in peace if you ain't at peace. Most people sign a mortgage and that be the most turbulence they ever seen in their life before in their life, to maintain and to obtain, and you know what I mean? How you doing? And that's why I guess living with nothing for so long, it just make you don't want to have anything. Like right now, if you gave me $1 million, I would not go buy a home. I wouldn't go buy a house. Nah, I wouldn't. I would go buy a bunch of land and I would build a homeless shelter. I would sleep in one of those rooms in the upper quarters, and I built me a nice little living quarters inside my homeless shelter. You know what I mean? I want my soup kitchen, my restaurant, my homeless shelter, my human restoration center. I don't want a house. I want a building like a bank. I want a building like a bank with a banquet hall in it. I want something different. Push that like button. No, but honestly, I wouldn't. If I had $1 million today, I would go buy me an RV and buy me at least 20 acres of land, put a fence around it, and start my project. And my project ain't a project for free. I'm not here to help people for free. I'm here to help people who need the help, who's willing to sacrifice and participate in my community. I'm doing it for a profit. I'm gonna build more than just a homeless shelter. I'm gonna build a whole alcohol-free community. Yeah, no spirits allowed. Because I truly believe that spirits is the ultimate root of all evil. The ultimate root of all the how do you say, the gateway drug of all drugs. It's a drug, and they shouldn't allow people to be able to just freely be able to consume spirits, alcohol. Nah, I think people who want to drink, if you really want to drink, you should go get a drinking license. That's if you got a drinking license, you can drink responsibly. And if your drinking license gets suspended, then hey, I really feel like that. The same way I feel like people who ride bikes, you should get a bike riding license. You're supposed to get a bike license. Like, if and that'll really, we'll be able to decipher the people that really want to drink and the people who don't. And if you want to drink, you got to go to the you got to go to the DMV to get your drinking license, and then you'll have to take the drink test. And yeah, and what kind of drinking license you get? You can get a commercial drinking license. You know what I mean? If you're a heavy drinker, you get a commercial drinking license. You'll be allowed to drive a little bit more than the ones that get regular drinking license on the endorsements. Like, you know what I mean? I just got my New York tax refund back. I want that Benz now. Cool soul. You can have it. It's sitting here running, it's purling right now. No check engine light, no nothing. Just sitting here purling right now. Look at there. Look at there. Just sitting here purling. I'll let you have the system too, see? Got a system and everything. You can have everything. You know what? I'm gonna turn this off. I don't want the Bluetooth, the music to steal my copyrights to my video. Push that like button. Motherfucker. God is good, God is great. What y'all think about that? love God, man. God. And I ain't saying, I ain't talking about no man's religion, because I don't believe God created religion for us. I believe God allowed man to write the Bible. But man had one intentions with the Bible, and God had a whole nother intention. It will open people's mind up to acknowledge and understand that God is real. You would get to know God. Read the Bible, and you will understand and get to know God. You'll start, if you start to believe in God, but separate it. Think about it. Like, just think about it. After you get that little knowledge, start to use your head, and use your head like it makes sense, right? Just because the son say, you can't talk to my daddy, you got to go through me. Okay. What if you get to the gates and the son ain't there? All right. So it is what it is, man. You got to always question. Just because somebody tell you this is the way it is, don't mean that that's the way it is. You know what I mean? I'm a question, man. Listen, man. Listen. I don't believe that God would just have one son, and he's the only person in the world that we can get to him. We won't be able to connect to him through just this one. I wouldn't think. And then you get to hearing about these other religions, and you get to hearing that God had another son named Buddha. Then God had another son named Muhammad. Like, you get to hearing about all these different sons that God, So I'd rather just believe in God, the creator that created it all. God told me that the heavens ain't in the sky. They ain't. God told me God don't make clouds. Man do. The white man make those clouds. White man make those clouds. God don't make them clouds, man. The weather, man learned how to use weather years ago. Push that like button. And they use that weather to their advantage. Haven't you ever noticed? Every time in the wintertime, it rains in California, within 3 to 5 days, it's a winter storm in the Mid-East, Midwest, do you understand science? Do you understand the velocity of, oh my God. A lot of people don't understand. A lot of people, and say you understand science, but really science is just the work of God. You know what I mean? But, for us, for our comprehension, we say the word science. And a lot of people don't understand science. And I was a whiz. I could have been a mad scientist when I was a kid. I used to study hydrogen cells, all kind of bullshit. I'm gonna talk about the shit when I was into. And I believe that when I was a child, I was singularly picked out to be mentally destroyed. Because some of the things that I used to think about, I wanted to be a chemical engineer when I was a kid. I was deep into chemistry and science. I went to aviation school. I was raised on the other side of the fence for a lot of, for the other, y'all don't know, like my grandmother was a successful person. That's all I'm gonna say. And she took care of me. I was spoiled as a child, and I was her only grandson. And you know how they go. She relived life with a pretty little baby boy. She was, that's all she wanted. Oh, your baby's so pretty. That ain't my baby, that's my grandson. How you doing? They're all busy making money, and you're starving, trying to make a point of overcharging people. You see, I'm overcharging people. I'm only gonna charge $20 a night for people to sleep in my homeless shelter. Just $20 a night. You could afford $20. You get a room, 3 meals, a shower. You don't even get that when when you got your own crib. It costs you more than $20 a day to live in your crib. You know that, right? Most people in California average daily living, and this is when you break down what they pay in rent and expenses, what they pay in rent and utilities, divided by 30. Most people in California spend over $130 a day just to live into their apartment. Hell, you can live better just rent out a fucking hotel. You know what I'm talking about? But your dumb ass would rather pay it and pay somebody else's rent and make them rich. Pay their taxes every time you pay their rent. And they tell you, oh, I got taxes to pay on this building. Bitch, you pay taxes with one damn tenant's rent. And the rest of that money belong to you. Man, I've been sitting out here in my car since like 5 o'clock, 5:30 this morning. Mentally stuck. You know what I mean? I'm mentally stuck because I'm stuck on myself. I got so much shit I gotta do. I wanna do. But you know, no matter how you wanna do things, money, it costs money to do anything in America. And if you don't have enough money, then you have to take your time and get it done prestigiously in order for it to all get done at once. See, I don't have no money right now. I don't have no money, but I'm gonna put it like this. Every month I got $6,000 worth of bills, right? And every month I don't have no money to pay them $6,000 worth of bills. But as I work every day throughout the month, God blesses me with enough money to be able to pay all those bills throughout the month. And at the end of the month, all my bills are paid. I might not have had $6,000 in the first of the month to pay my $6,000 in expenses that I have every month. But at the end of every month, my $6,000 in expenses are paid. Ain't that blessing? God bless you. You know what I mean? And I'm a single person, so, and I'm living comfortably off $6,000 a month. You need to do sit-down comedy. You're not so good at stand-up. You know, this is what the world don't understand about a real comedian. And I want to be truthful with y'all. Man, you ain't seen my best comedy. My best comedy ain't never been said, bro. Everything that you see on the internet was me being silly. Me being snag. I knew there was other comedians watching, and that's what I said to throw them off, that's my material. That's my comedy. I just put a little bit of my shit out there in some of my shit that I say. I've never told a joke. I never said none of my shit. Never. And then when I get on stage in real crunch time, I say my shit. You see some of the snippets of me being on stage, on a real show, and I said my shit. A lot of it, you'll see me saying that same shit on some open mic shit that I got on there. But then, this is what I noticed about comedy. I studied my comedy for years, right? I used to do at least two mics a night. When I was in LA, I would find at least 2 open mics, sometimes 3 open mics in one night. I got a video on YouTube, three mics in one night, and I really hit 3 open mics in one night. And this is what, you know, I was diehard stand-up comedian. I lived for it. I started living for stand-up more than I lived for cutting hair, for barbering. And that's what made me, you know, that's why I stepped all the way back. Like,